Here's your prophecy update. I'm going to talk to you today about God, Betsy DeVos, who was just recently confirmed as the Secretary of Education, and the liberal war on religion. People of faith are ultimately what fueled the election of Donald Trump on November 8th. According to the exit polls, evangelical voters comprised 26% of the electorate in 2016, and they supported Donald Trump by a margin of 81% to 16%. Among the 33% of voters who self-identified as conservative Christians, they voted for Donald Trump by a margin of 78% to 15% over Hillary Clinton. Well, in recent weeks, there have been scores of stories smearing Betsy DeVos, President Trump's nominee, to be Secretary of Education, for her deeply held religious views and for her support for allowing children in underperforming public schools to attend religious schools that infuse religion and moral values in classroom instructions. The liberal smear campaign against Mrs. DeVos, her religious faith, is actually despicable. The left-wing magazine Mother Jones headlined one hit job, Betsy DeVos wants to use America's schools to build God's kingdoms. It was a slam against her. That's nonsense. Mrs. DeVos simply wants to ensure that every child in America has a civil right to a quality education. She is a convincing and passionate advocate for the cause of school choice and a greater parental control over how and where their children are educated. In her worldview, education dollars should follow the student to the best available school, whether it be a traditional public school, charter school, or a private school. In fighting for the right of parents, DeVos and Donald Trump will be taking the side of minority parents who are demanding better schools for their children. In urban school districts, the demand for school choice is very high, actually. For example, in Chicago, more than 70% of high school students attend schools of choice. In New York City, 44,000 kids are on waiting lists to get into charter schools. What we really need is to make a decision in this country to turn America back to God. Mrs. DeVos should be supported on every side for being a Christian who supports providing children with access to private and charter schools. Imagine having the choice to send your child to a private school that begins every day with prayer and devotions to Jesus Christ. Make no mistake, it wasn't just making America great again that drove the evangelical vote in November. It was making America godly again.